Great afternoon, everyone. You know what time it is. It is lunchtime empowerment talks with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonna Whitehead. It is my honor and privilege every Tuesday at 1 p.m. to come and share with you, fellowship with you, and just give you a little empowerment, maybe a little push for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, and even just a little push to help you get to your next destination in life. And if you saw our flyer for this week, you'll notice that our topic this week is called freedom. And the declaration is, I am free. And I know you're probably saying, Dr. Vaughn, what are you talking about? Some of you may think about your situations and say, I don't feel free. And then others may say, oh, I already know that I'm free, but your actions are demonstrating that you're not. But today, we are declaring that we are free. We have the freedom that God has given unto us. Freedom is defined as the power to act, speak, or think without hindrance or restraint. I'll say that again. Freedom is defined as the power to act or to speak or to think without hindrance or restraint. A second definition is the state of not being in prison or enslaved. Freedom is essential because it produces and births enhanced expressions of creativity, originality. It increases productivity, and it increases your quality of life. Freedom is essential for your quality of life. You need to make sure that you are free from any hindrances or anything that restrains you from reaching your full potential. Come on, I know all of you know In Vogue in the early 90s had a song that said, free your mind. And one of the key lines to the song was, free your mind and the rest will follow. Back then, we probably just sung it because it was something good to sing and the lyrics, the beats were good, the rhythm was good, and we just sung it. But let me tell you how much power that statement has. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Oftentimes, our mind are our battleground. Our minds are the very places where we struggle at. The result of what we're struggling with in our mind comes out in our actions, comes out in our emotions, comes out in what we do. But imagine if you free your mind from the clutter, free your mind from the bondage, free your mind from the enslavement, free your mind from the opinions of others, free your mind from the weights that's been on your mind. Imagine if you would just free your mind and imagine what you would be able to do. You have to realize that you have to free your mind from self-doubt, free your mind from fear, free your mind from judgment, free your mind from generational curses, free your mind from the opinions of others, free your mind from the bondage of societal constraints, free your mind from your own thoughts of you due to what you have done in your past. You will become stuck in a never-ending cycle if you never free your mind from that which has been holding you back. But I came by today to celebrate you, to push you, to pull you, to declare unto you today, you are free today. We can break the yokes of bondage that have been on your mind today. No longer will you keep going back to the same old, but today you can begin to change your mindset. You can be free today. Your mind can be released on today. When you struggle in your mind, it becomes a daily struggle. Unwanted, intrusive thoughts try to push their way through and overtake you, but you have to be intentional about what you do when those thoughts try to cloud your mind. You have to be intentional about what you do when those thoughts begin to try to overtake you. You have to counteract those thoughts because you got to break this thing. You have to be a willing participant in your freedom. I'll say it again. You have to be a willing participant in your freedom, a willing active participant in your freedom. Nobody can want your freedom more than you. You have to be the one that wants your freedom at all costs. Listen to this. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is more painful than staying bound. I'll say it again for you. Growth is painful. Change is painful. But nothing is more painful than staying bound and staying shackled. For too long, too many months after months, years after years, we have stayed consumed to the chains that have been put on us by the opinions of others, by the standards of others, by the ideals of others, by the ceilings that others have created for us. We have stayed bound to these places. But let me tell you something. If you want change, if you want growth, though it may be painful to push your way through, you got to free yourself. And it got to start with your mind. You have to free yourself, and it has to start with your mind. You are responsible. I understand that we want a lot of people to come and pull us out. We want a lot of people to hold our hands. We want a lot of people to walk us through. And trust me, that is something that you want. But what I want you to understand is you have to get into such a place where no matter what you have to do, no matter how hard you have to push, you're going to be free in your mind. And once your mind is free, the rest will follow. En Vogue wrote some powerful words when they said, free your mind and the rest will follow. If I can just get my mind to stop thinking the negative thoughts, if I can just get my mind to stop replaying the statements that were said to me in childhood, if I can free my mind from the judgments of other people, if I can just free my mind from the past failures that I made, if I can just free my mind from the mistakes that I've made, if I can just free my mind from what my eyes have seen, if I can just free my mind, everything else will fall into place. Because if I free my mind, I can go after anything that I want. If I'm free, I don't have to carry a weight dragging around with me, because I will break the chains of bondage. And that means I can go after everything that God said I can have. Everything. Not one thing, not two things, but everything. Everything. And as always, I want to give you some tools, as always, for you to apply, and so that it will help you, because sometimes we just need help. We don't always want to ask for help. We don't always want to admit that we have a situation where we need help, but we all need help at some point in time. And so I want to give you a few tools, as I do every week. The first thing is forgive. Forgiving others as well as yourself will help you push through and release yourself from the negative emotions and thoughts that plague your mind. Let me say that again. Forgive. Forgiving others as well as yourself will help you to push through and release yourself from the negative emotions and thoughts that plague your mind. You have to forgive you. You can't turn back the hands of time. You can't do it. You have to forgive yourself, and you have to forgive those that you feel as though have wronged you. You got to forgive yourself. Come on, loose yourself from that today. Loose your mind from those thoughts of replaying what somebody did to you. You can't go back and change it. So why keep it? Why keep yourself bound to it? Say, I am free today. I'm going to forgive, and I'm going to let it go, because I will no longer allow what was done to me to hinder my future. Number 2, change your speech. Harsh thoughts and words pollute your mind and hinder it from being free. You have to learn to speak victoriously. I'll say it again. Harsh thoughts and words pollute your mind and hinders it from being free. You have to speak victoriously. I said it on a live a couple of weeks ago. You have to begin to put some positive words in your language that you can begin to speak to yourself. And I don't care if it's the same 5 words, but you have to learn how to begin to start changing your dialogue, changing the words that you use in order to begin to change your thoughts and your mindsets. Because the more that you declare it, the more you will believe it. Then, number 3, so after you forgive yourself and others, after you change your speech, meditate. Find some quiet time. No noise, no people, no issues. Free yourself from the concerns of life for just a few moments. I'll say it again. Meditate. Find some quiet time. No noise, no people, no cares of life. Free yourself from the concerns of life for just a few moments. When you begin to take those intentional moments where you steal away in quiet space, you will find out that you will become strengthened more than you ever thought, or more than you could ever be strengthened with somebody speaking a word to you. Those quiet moments provide fuel. Those quiet moments provide strength. Those private moments of serenity actually provide such a calmness. It allows you to release in a way that sometimes you can't release verbally. So you need to find some quality time to meditate, to steal away from the noise, from the hustle and bustle of life, from the husband to do or wife to do or mommy to do, whatever list those are, your work list and everything. Steal away from those for a few moments and be intentional. Every day, you need some quiet time. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I don't care if you have to sit in the car or, after you get off work. Whatever you do, you just need to be intentional to give yourself the time and space. Number 4, stop seeking to please people and obtain their approval. This is a tough one. Stop seeking to please people and obtain their approval. Often we get swept up in seeking the approval of others and become bound to their opinions, but when we stop, we can become free. Let me say that again. Oftentimes, we get swept up in seeking the approval of others and we become bound to their opinions. And when we stop, we can be free. Listen, there is nothing wrong with having a mentor. I have a couple. There is nothing wrong with having someone you look up to. I have a few. There is nothing wrong with having someone that you admire. I admire many. But what you have to understand, you can't seek their approval in such a way where you allow their opinions to control your actions or what you know about yourself. Sometimes we admire people so much, or we look up to them so much, we want their approval so much that we will seek out to do the very things we think that will get their approval that really aren't us. We will start trying things that we have no desire to try because we feel as though those individuals, if they see us doing it, then they will give us their approval and they will think highly of us. But let me help you understand. The best person that you can be is the genuine, authentic you. I'll say it again. The best person that you can be is the authentic and genuine you. You cannot get so consumed by the approval of others that you allow their opinions or their approval to keep you bound to where you will not move unless they say so. You will not accomplish a task unless they think it's okay. You will not go after your dreams and visions unless it matches up with theirs. You have to live the life that God designed for you. That's whose approval and that's whose opinion you should be seeking. Yes, we do need mentors. Yes, we do need people we would look up to, but we should not be bound to the fact that we cannot fulfill what God has said for us because of their opinions or their approval. Number 5, see yourself how you want to be and speak it out loud. So after you forgive, you change your speech, find some time to meditate, stop seeking the approval of other people. Now I want you to see yourself how you want to be and speak it out loud. Don't just keep it in here. Speak it out loud. Every day, declare where you are going and not where you are. Every day, declare where you are going and not where you are. Every day, do something that brings you closer to your dreams. Every day, do something. I don't care how small it is. Do something that brings you closer to the manifestation of your dreams. You got to declare where you're going. Yeah, I understand where I am, but I also know where I want to be. So I'm going to keep speaking where I want to be, and I'm going to keep making the necessary steps to get to where I want to be. So you got to see yourself how you want to be and speak it out loud. Don't be afraid. Nobody else has to believe it but you. Don't be afraid. If you say that you're on your way to be a millionaire, then you need to speak it out loud. If you say that you're on your way to be a business owner, you need to speak it out loud. If you say that you're on your way to total healing, you need to speak it out loud. If you say you're on your way to being a college graduate, you need to speak it out loud. If you say that you're on your way to that new job position, you need to speak it out loud. Wherever you see yourself going, declare it out loud. So what? You may look crazy. It doesn't matter. This is about your freedom. This is about you being free. Everybody else, it doesn't matter. It only matters to you. So sometimes, I don't care if you're walking down the street, you can just start declaring, yep, I'm going to own that. You walk past that house that you want, yes, I'm going to have a house just like that. You have to begin to declare where you want to go. And the last thing, the next to the last thing is you got to practice self-love and self-care. Nobody can love you better than you outside of God. Love the good, the bad, and the ugly. Release the regrets and stop holding yourself hostage to your past. Guilt will consume you, your thoughts, and your actions. Here we go again. Release yourself, forgive yourself, and move on. I'll say it again. Love the good, bad, and the ugly. Release your regrets and stop holding yourself hostage to the past. Guilt will consume you, your thoughts, and your actions. You got to love you in spite of all that you know about you, because nobody knows you better than you except God. So yeah, you know the stuff that don't nobody else know, but you got to love you in spite of everything you know about you. You got to look yourself in the mirror and declare, I love me some me. You have to believe that. Self-love is essential. Number 7, and this is the last thing, make the right connections. Connect with life-giving, positive people that can speak life even when you can't see it or feel it. It's easy to connect to somebody simply because you like them. It's easy to connect to someone just because you have something in common. But you need to connect to people that have life-giving power, life-giving, positive speaking individuals that can speak life into you even when you can't see it, that can shake you when they see you getting trapped back into your old thoughts and bring you back in. You need to connect to the right people. I dare you today, check your connections. Check who you're linked to. Check who you're linked to. And listen, sometimes you got to de-link and disconnect from people, not because they're bad people. They are just not essential for this season of your life. You can still love them, but sometimes you have to step away before it consumes your process and hinders your growth into where you're going. You can't let anybody hinder your freedom. Today, I want to make a declaration to you. Today, expect something great to happen in your life, regardless of what happened on yesterday. The past can no longer hinder you nor keep you bound. It will only continue to wound you when you refuse to let it go. I'll make that declaration again. Today, expect something great to happen in your life, regardless of what happened on yesterday. The past can no longer hinder you nor keep you bound. It will only continue to wound you when you refuse to let it go. So be free today. Be free today. The abundance of the Lord awaits you. The abundance of the manifestation of God's blessings await you. Your promises are waiting to be unlocked. The joys of life is waiting to overtake you. Those seasons of victory are just waiting to embrace you. The portions that God wants, freedom is your portion. Freedom is your portion. God got his arms open wide, ready to give us freedom, ready to unlock the things that have been having us bound, ready to free our mind. It said, let this mind be in you that's also in Christ Jesus. We are actually going to be free in our mind. asking God to free our minds today. Because if my mind is free, ain't nothing else going to hinder me. Because that means my emotions going to be free, my body going to be free, my finances going to be free. Because once I get my mind right, I don't let nothing else stay bound. I applaud them both for writing that song. Free your mind and the rest will follow. That's what I declare to you. So declare it with me today. I am free. I know you saying I ain't ready to say it, but you got to sometimes say it before you see it. So declare with me today. I am free. Yep. Declare it with me today. I am free. One more time. Declare it loud. I am free. I promise you, I celebrate. I am super excited about the testimonies that will come and that will be shared with me about those that have started their journey to freedom. I am super excited because when one of us are free, then all of us get to celebrate. So I celebrate your freedom today, and I thank you for joining me for our weekly Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonna Whitehead. I pray that something today strengthened you, something today empowered you, something today just made you better and gave you that push to keep on going. And I hope you will like and share this video with someone else, that you would like our Unlock Treasures Empowerment page, that you will go and actually like our Instagram page, which is Dr. Vaughn. And if you would like, go to our YouTube channel, which is Dr. Shavonna Whitehead, and actually subscribe to it. I will make sure that all of those are pinned in the post so that you will come and share. And then most of all, that you would actually subscribe to our blog off of our website, which is www.ShavonnaWhitehead.com. Again, the website is www.ShavonnaWhitehead.com. It is my amazing pleasure and privilege always to come and just chat with you for a few. Just doing a little lunchtime while you may be eating, just to give you a little empowerment. I pray that you have an amazing day, an amazing week, but most of all, an amazing start to your journey of freedom. I'll see you right here next week, next Tuesday at 1 p.m. for Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. Have an amazing day.